And we're back. Okay, now let's continue, shall we? So everyone's rested up. We still have my penalty for concentration because we don't have a lot in the way of money. Now remember, they mean this, not the fact that we have gobs and gobs of stuff. Oh, we got gear that I need to parcel out, so let's get inside here and do that, shall we? Now this was the Temple of the Elk. Remember, we took the Druid's notes, heard about the Temple of the Elk, and the Guardian of the Bloom said, hey, you remember that area? That's where the Druid's probably drawing his power for this evil fog. That's why we're here. We found the right trail. The ritual was held here. But be careful. There are dangerous beasts ahead. Okay. That's your cue to buff up, basically. So that's the Guardian again warning us. They are both guards of this place and tokens of the Druid's evil magic. Please be careful. Okay. She loves me. You can romance her too, by the way. For those of you who are interested, it's extremely difficult. But you can romance the nymph, dryad, whatever the hell she is. Alright, so there's bad guys over here. First, let's get that gear. And I don't like being in an area without pausing it if I'm going to do stuff like this. So let's take a look at that gear. Now remember, I can't wear anything but robes without messing up my armor from my high intelligence. Notice my dodge went up, by the way, +3 now. Why? Because I still have +4, so it can go up yet again. But I'm a 3rd level Sword Saint. Remember, you get equal to the level of Sword Saint / your intelligence modifier, whichever is the lowest. So 3 and 4, 3 is the lowest. I'm getting a +3. Once I get to level 4 Sword Saint, I'll get that full +4. So intelligence maxing out is extremely useful for a Sword Saint, which is kind of counterintuitive. I can even push it a little higher. Now this vast intelligence, this was a mistake I made. This vast intelligence not only will put me at a +5, doesn't do me any good here yet, but it will in the future. But it would also give me another spell a day, probably, and that was my mistake. I should have done that. But I can also give it to her, to Octavia. I can also give it to her. Remember, she's an intelligence-based caster. So let's give it to her. Boom. Nice solid 20 intelligence. Big old smarty pants. Remember, she can't wear the chain shirt. She doesn't have any training in armor as an Eldritch Scoundrel, and as such, she can't. Octavia can. But now watch this. If I put it on her, not only does she get the armor bonus, which is awesome, go to her spell book. You'll see she has an arcane spell failure. That's a no-no. That means 20% of the time when she's casting a spell, she'll just straight up, nope, sorry, you're wearing armor that impedes your movement, so you can't cast spells proper. So keep that off her for the time being. We can get feats that will allow her to wear armor. We will do so. There's 2 of them. It's arcane casting conjuration. Point is one feat will give you will remove 10% penalty. The other one will remove a 20% penalty total. So she could wear this with both those feats and not be impeded in any way at casting spells and have armor besides, which is kind of cool. I'm going to give her the first feat, the one that gives a 10%. Well, that's not good enough for this then. Again, 20%, right? It will remove 10%. It'll take it down to 10. It still sucks. Well, what could she wear that is only a 10% penalty? Leather armor. So I can get her magic leather armor, which is pretty good. Doesn't impede her dexterity very much at all. She's a dexterous character. And if I can make this 10% go away, all the better. So again, there is ways around it, but not right now. But having said all that, she's monking it up fine. He's got way better than that. But Reg, he could totally use that chain shirt +1. Now he's at 16-15. Good job, Reg. This is just fodder, sell material at this point. Wands. Remember, I am the wand guy now. Move you to here and slap you there and rearrange some stuff. This, by the way, is another one of those weapons that has a high crit range. One-handed S-Stock. I did an S-Stock Saint build, which was amazing, but there's not very many in the game, sadly. They're good ones, but they're at the end of the game. Is there anything else I need to slop out on people? Oh, we found stuff. Ray of Sickening and a Hurricane Bow. Yes, please. Yeah, you see we're at medium encumbrance right now. Remember, we're in an area that's a permanent area, so I can drop these things and not lose them per se. So I'm going to do that. Hell, I'll even drop the wolf pelt because they're heavy. And that's enough to keep us at the light range. Does she have a longbow, longbow? She can't use any of those because she's only short bow. Boo. We could switch her over to a light crossbow. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. There we go. Same chance to hit and does more damage. I'm cool with that. If we find her a magic short bow, though, we'll definitely give it to her. Reg has his melee weapon, and that's all he really needs, but I suppose I'll give him a masterwork longbow just in case I need to switch him out, like he's taking a lot of damage. It's always good to have them preemptively prepared for this. That's why he has the light crossbow as well. Matter of fact, I am going to switch him over to the crossbow. No, not yet. He can't swing very good with it. But I will move him up in the ranks here. He needs to be here. Now, back to her. She is doing fine with the light crossbow. Short sword in case she needs to switch to melee. I have a light crossbow, but I am bad at it, and remember, my armor drops considerably. But again, I'm at range, so the chances I need armor high is pretty unrealistic. But I do want to be meleeing it up if I can. She's doing fine. She needs buffs, though, and this is where we start buffing up. Now,
I stand ready.
Long-term buffs
I'm always
are obviously
ready.
preferred.
Sorry, was lost in
I'm
thought.
losing my temper.
Mage armor for her.
Esmond, Axel, yes. Esmond,
Mage armor
Axel,
for her.
yes.
Now these
No
guys
one
have
stands in my way.
a 2-hour buff on them, more than enough for this map. And a +4. See, the mage armor doesn't stack with actual armor, so if she had like a chain shirt on, it wouldn't do her any good. So only use it when you need it, obviously. But she can't wear armor. She has armor, but she doesn't need it because she's better as a monk. So again, she's at really good armor class right now. Octavia has that spell as well and needs it for herself. Notice that she has an arrow on her spell.
Esmond,
Let me show you that here in a second.
yes.
Because she's a wizard proper, she has an arcane bond. You have a choice as a wizard at level 1 of making an arcane bond or having a familiar. Both are viable options. In my opinion, the arcane bond is better. It allows her to take any spell that she's cast in the day, just one, and summon it back again so she can recast it. So if this wears off, someone dispels it, let's say, she can click this, and the spell will be back in its slot. And it can be any spell, level 1 through 9 for her. As long as she has it here, she can do it. Good news is, pause the game. Good news is let's say I've used this spell, right? I'm done. But let's say a condition happens where, oh, magic missile would be amazing right now. Well, I didn't slot any. Well, watch this. Okay. Magic missile. I'm gonna drag it over here, right? And now, arcane bond, baby. So literally any spell in her spell book she can get back instantly. So don't think that it had to been pre-slotted up is my point. Now, obviously, we're not doing that. I just wanted to show that to you because that is a handy trick. Okay, so I'm going to put that back where I found it. That's solid. Now, I can also shrink her down, but it'll only last for 1 minute, so I don't want to waste that on her now. Reg has a shield spell. It'll last him for 2 minutes because he's level 2. Same with me.
Move.
I have a shield spell. I will use mine, but mine will last longer because I'm a higher level than Reg. So we're going to do that. I'm also going to buff my weapon. Alright, let's do a quick save. Go find these monsters.
Interesting.
Free stuff. Good frogs.
Pieces!
Now remember, we have a full team of 6, so we're sharing the XP from everybody, which is not ideal. Everyone's getting normal, quote-unquote, normal levels of XP that's on this team. Anyone that's back at Oleg's is not getting anything. So I want to kick off 1 or more of these people as soon as possible, which will be probably after this mission is over. We'll head back to Oleg's, drop off Octavia and Reg, or 2 of them, Octavia, Reg, or Harem. 2 people will fall off and go back to our team of 4. But for the time being, know that we're getting normal XP for just the people that are here. Looks like Reg is first. We surprised them, as you see. So we have nothing that's going to be here, but we can attack or move, or 5-foot stutter step and move. But everyone's in the way. This is the downside of this place is you can't go around this way or this way. You literally have to run through this channel. It's actually also helpful because you can actually screw guys over. The point is, though, Reg is here ready to rock and roll and wants to do something. What do? Now we actually need to bust out his other spells that we're missing and just at least put in a ranged spell. And I liked Acid Splash as the default. Why? Because Reg is an idiot. Everyone's in the way. Acid Splash, for those of you that don't know, is a great spell in that it does not is not impacted by spell resistance. It hits, it does damage. Now, yes, they may have acid resistance. That sucks. But like Ray of Frost, if they have spell resistance, you can miss simply because it is affected by spell resistance. Acid Splash, many of the acid spells, not all, but many of them do not get impacted by spell resistance. That's why they're awesome. And most of those spells are conjuration spells too. Everyone's in the way, so I need to have Eliza move. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delay till Eliza. Delay till Eliza. Delay till Eliza. This is what I should have done with the bridge. Now that she's up front, she can actually move and do something. So I can actually have her do this. Charge one of these damn frogs. Let's see, the middle one. Boom. Nice. I don't know why she ran over there like a dumbass. Octavia now has the chance to stutter step and move through the gate. And I can either use a spell or straight up just shoot somebody. Now she does not have point blank shot, precise shot combo yet. So anything that's engaged in melee, she's going to be at disadvantage. This guy's not in melee range, so she has probably the best chance of hitting anybody with him. The best chance she has of hitting anybody is with this spell, but I want to save that because these guys are kind of fodder and there's a lot of bad guys in this area.
Consider me provoked.
And that was nice. And she got sneak attack because we surprised them. They were flat-footed. Very nice. Proto-Lich's turn. Let's delay again past Harem. Dora. Now you can charge, right? Yes, you can. Go on. Yeah, patterning over here. At least it worked. Harem. Let's take 5 foot step closer. Oops. I clicked on my character by mistake. And is this close enough to affect them? Only one, so we'll not do anything. So that's your turn. Proto-Lich now can shoot. Have them take a little step forward. They can shoot, but again, they can have a penalty to swinging against this guy here. So let's have them
Out of my way!
Hey, there we go. No sneak attack damage, because remember, she doesn't have sneak attack yet. Reg. We're going to delay him all the way after here, because everyone's blocking the path. Liza. Now that you can do a full attack, once
We
you
shall
double hit on this guy.
overcome.
Boom, there's 8. There's a 5. We'll take that. Not bad. And turn Octavia. Now these guys are engaged in melee range. So now here's my downside. But this is where I can start doing stuff like that. Like splash. Still at the penalty, as I'll show you. Shooting into combat penalty. But it was a touch attack. So while she's not great at shooting at that, she still had a 50% chance of hitting that doofus. So, Dora, strike if you can. Don't hold back. That guy. Harem, get in there and do some swinging damage here. Nope. Proto-Lich's turn. I'm gonna move them closer in the range, and I'm gonna also do the acid splash.
Run them through.
Still no joy. Because they're shaded in this area, they have concealment. It's like a blur spell. 20% chance to just straight up miss. Doesn't matter if you hit with like a crit. You could still miss because of this 20% chance. Like, because you have a hard time seeing them. That's that little shimmer that you're seeing on the body. Now Reg's turn. Can you charge, Reg? You cannot. So step forward. Do your acid cantrip. Hey, he hit him. Good job, Reg. Oh no, we're taking damage. Liza,
attack!
get over here. Nice. We can get away from that. This is the Death Pit. It will actually do damage to you if you're standing in it, just so we're clear. Now we've taken some damage. Not a lot,
yes,
but Harem has these spells that he never uses anyway, like True Strike. So I can do this. Heal her all the way up. And I'm only 5 down, so instead of letting Harem waste a spell on me, I'll just use a potion. Close enough. 25 out of 27. Quick saving that. Alright, now, there happens to be a big boss fight-ish here. A tough boar fight over here. Not quite as tough as Tuskgutter, but still nasty. And wolves over here. I've done this map many times. So we're just going to get in position. The Death Pit Octavia. Yeah, dork. Had to run right through it too, didn't you? That's what I'm talking about. That's the sickened condition. -2 on attack, damage, saves, skills, and ability. That's a big penalty. It's going to wear off in 2 seconds. It's no big deal. But that's the same, by the way, effect as this Ray of Sickening, which, by the way, I can now slot because of her cool new headgear. She has a better spell slot, or an extra spell slot. So, might as well slot it. But that's what this does. That same effect that you're seeing here, that's what this would do to a single target if it works. And it lasts for 1 minute per caster level for this spell, so it's a decent debuff. Let's let that click off. Now let's actually do this. Now, this worked like I wanted it to. The wolves have been engaged because of the summons. Liza will have her turn. She can do whatever she wants. Full combat round, so she might as well move forward and then cast her spell, because the skeletons are going to take stuff out. But this is the wolf that'll attack next, then this one, and then that one. So this is our main focus, I'd say. So let's actually... Oh, she can't do that. It's a full round of summon. Oh, it's a standard action. Oh, yeah. Cool. Get out of the doggy. Poof. Not quite as impressive as the Primal Ferocious Wolf, but we'll still do fine. Octavia, move your buttocks up here and shoot that
This is
thing.
for you.
Okay. What kind of armor are we looking at? Ah, it's a 20% miss chance still. Bad boo. Oh. Ow. Hear him. You got decent armor, son. Come up here. You're gonna fire off that bane. Got 2 of the 3. I'll take it. Reg, move up here. Cantrip hit anything. He doesn't have the best dexterity either, by the way. So it's unlikely that he's going to be really great at this stuff. Dorraj probably really bad. Oh, you can get into the area though. Alright, so let's do a cantrip as well. Actually, you know what? Let's do a bless.
So, Kaya.
Buff everybody on the team that can be buffed. Proto Lich's turn. I want you to move up to here. And I want you to acid splash that
Hear you
doofus.
cry.
Ah, boo, she doesn't have enough. Okay. She didn't have enough movement over where she needed to be. I should have just shot with the crossbow. Oh, wait, no, she didn't have an attack. There you go. Because she summoned the skeletons. That's why she didn't have an attack in the first place. My bad, I should have been paying attention to that. Eliza's turn. Alright, the dog's out still, so let's do a bomb. It's not a bomb, I know, but it's auto hit. And that was solid damage, 5 and 6. We'll take that. Alright, Octavia. Spell resistance. Spell resistance. Cantrip.
I'll fight if I have to.
Get him. Sneak attack. And she gets sneak attack. So one of the reasons this game is so amazing is she gets sneak attack, as would any character that has sneak attack, because they're being flanked by more than one melee character. Even ranged characters get sneak attack, which is awesome. Which is why Octavia gets to be OP. Because even a cantrip like Acid Splash will do 1 to 3 damage, plus up to like 10d6 of damage of sneak attack damage. It's just retarded. And that's something she can cast at every round. Just poof, Acid Splash, sneak attack, sneak attack. It's just amazing. Alright, Hiram, why don't you charge this doofus? Hey, that was a nice hit. Skeletons are doing their job, taking the brunt of the fighting. Reg, buff up with your weapon. Come over here and do some damage. Hey, we'll take that 6 damage. Dora. Your character's dumb, so I'm going to control the autopathy so that I force you to stand right next to the guy.
This will hurt!
That's a 7. Proto Lich, I need you to take this thing out. So I want you to step up in here.
Die!
That 20% again, man. That concealment effect that they have is really good. And it's just minor concealment. Total concealment's 50%. A 50-50 chance to straight up miss. That worked out beautifully. So you see we've taken out all those guys, and I don't think anyone on our team got hit, except for the dog, which is going to disappear, and the skeletons, which did disappear. That's why we have summons.
I'm off.
So here's
I'm not afraid.
Here we go. Dorraj ready. No surprise rounds, it's just fighting. The dartboard's there, so I'm actually going to delay past the summoned dog. Why? So that the dog can come in and take the attack from the pig. The first one that's in the way is usually the one that they will target. So the dog's the first one that the boar sees, so chances are they'll stand there and just do that thing. I'm going to safely, though, stay here and... Actually, no, I'm going to run her. She can do the monk ability. She's pretty tough. She's got pretty good armor on right now. Octavia, on the other hand, she can do cantrip stuff.
You can't stop me.
Big attack. That's nice. And still got the concealment, but she passed it. Flat-footed is 9, so that's not bad. Door's turn. Give me a weapon upgrade there, Sunshine. And you want to charge? Yeah, if you charge thing, you do so well. Got the dog, as I figured. Hiram's turn. We still have Bless on us for another 27 seconds, so let's just charge him. Sure. Boo. Reg, come up to here, son, and you're gonna do a cantrip as well.
Die for me.
Oh, I forgot. You don't want to have him on autopilot for a cantrip like that, because we've left his spell combat and spell strike permanently on. I can shut them off, but I'm not going to. I'm going to leave them on. Because we have them on, though, his natural inclination is to attack with a spell and then run forward and attack with his weapon. So if you don't want him to move, do not autopilot that shit. Just click, click. Done. He will not run forward. So that's my mistake. Protolich's turn. She doesn't have spell combat, blah, 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 so she can literally just straight up shoot on autopilot like this. So I'm just going to move her a little closer.
Out of my way!
And miss. Punk. Liza's turn.
Do
Double
not
stab.
hold back!
Poke 1. Poke 2. That's nice damage. How are we doing for killing this thing? Man, that's rough. Okay. Octavia. Do you make that
Consider
rough?
me provoked.
Yeah, we'll take that. Dora. Now this is where I can do 2 swings. Okay, so now I have at level 2 on higher, just like any Magus. I see that right. It's like any Magus can. I have spell strike and spell combat. I want to say them the right way. Spell strike and spell combat. So I can take any melee touch attack, cast it through my weapon, and swing again. So I get 2 swings, but both are at a -2 penalty. But you don't want to waste something like Shocking Grasp on some fodder. So since I don't have many castings of it, the one and only cantrip that we have that we can do this to is Touch of Fatigue. So I can autopilot this if I wanted to. I don't have to. I can just click it, click the target. He knows to cast it through his weapon. Swing, miss, swing, miss. But it's still charged. So it sucks that I missed, but it's one of the critical missed options. But if I don't cast another spell next round, I'll swing like normal, and it will still discharge the spell. So you'll see that it's basically here on autopilot. I think it actually stores it. Yeah, you'll see it here inside your ability tray. It's waiting for you to use it, so to speak. Good, he went after our tank, and our tank tanked beautifully. Look at that. +10 to his swing, and missed with a 20 armor class. Oof. That's a 50-50 chance he could have hit her. Hiram.
Your life ebbs low.
Yeah, nice crit, Hiram. Reg. Now I can actually move Reg in here to combat range.
Bleed for me.
Protolich.
Run them through!
Nice. Liza.
We
double poke.
shall overcome!
Nope, missed. Missed again now, man. Tavia.
This is for you!
Will you? Dora.
You
Swing.
should have run!
Miss. Notice I didn't swing twice because I didn't do the trick again. If I wanted to hit with the trick, I would have cast that spell again, and then I would swing at a -2 penalty to both swings. Notice this swing does not have the -2 penalty in here, just the power attack penalty. So I'm swinging at full effect. Is my point. That's okay with me. I wanted to swing at full effect. Which, well, I wanted to hit at full effect though too, but whatever.
What
Here.
a waste.
Hey, man. Reg, I can do that same trick with him that I'm doing because he has the same spell combat, spell strike ability. So I can do this.
The weak suffer.
Notice that
I
it provoked
endure.
attack of opportunity though. Why the heck did he only swing once? Level 2. He should have swung twice. Must have had to move to get within range to swing on him or something. I'm not sure
Hear
what that is.
you
He should have swung
cry.
twice though. But yeah. Liza, double poke.
Attack!
Tavia,
I'll
sneak attack.
fight if I have to.
There we go. How we doing? Thing dying? Oh, it's almost dead. Alright, in turn, Dora, I am going to show you Dazzling Display. Now this used to be, and my check failed, so it didn't even do me any good. So basically, they have a DC that you have to penetrate with your intimidation check. Notice my intimidation modifier is only at +4. And I rolled a 6. So the higher my persuasion goes and other stuff that bumps my intimidation or persuasion or both, makes this number go up. Makes it so much easier to pass the DC check. So it was silly to try at this level. I just wanted to show it to you. But that's a full round now of just... But people were abusing it back in the day because it didn't take a full round. People were just cast it, cast it, cast it. And it was just like constant, just scaring stuff everywhere on the map and just so easy to beat stuff. So... that is different now. My turn is over.
Forgive me. This
Oh no! Took out our tank. Aaron,
Become as dust.
always doing a
I
good job
die.
here.
Free.
What happened there? I don't know why he died. Oh, he must have been on death's door. He has an ability as a half-orc that if you take his health down to 0, he just stands there and can still attack for one more round or do something. So he could have drank like a potion of healing or something. That was dumb of me. Since I need this thing to drop, I'm going to use a scroll of a magic missile, so it will guarantee a hit. Dora, do you have any guaranteed hit stuff? You do. Let's pull these wands down here. Now, I don't want to be attacked while using a wand, so I'm going to take a 5-foot step back. And instead of expeditious retreat, I'm using magic missile. It's only 2 damage, but it's guaranteed damage, and the thing's about dead, so we should win this fight.
Repent.
Privilege. Do you got anything? Not really. I don't want to use the skeletons here for something as silly as this one we'll fight. I should have literally started off with skeletons. It would have been so much easier. Tavia, you have anything? No. Okay.
You can't
Splash it.
stop me.
Thing's almost dead, man. It's got like 0 health. Dora. 5. Come on now, man. Where is he? Dude's got nothing for health. Why is he still breathing?
Your life ebbs low.
Come on with this weak sauce shit.
Out of my
Kill this pig.
way!
Okay, this is getting annoying.
Consider me provoked.
Dora. And by the way, you can, I should say, autopilot this too. But remember, I have Wand Wielder. So again, similar to that same problem we had with Reg, where he literally tried to attack with his spell at range. His auto, when I said don't autopilot this, he attacked with a cantrip, but then they tried to run forward to stab them. The same principle should work here. So I don't want to do this. I just want to click it and attack them. Thank you. Die, you loser. Man, that was a tough fight. Oh, and gear. Always look for gear. Hidden stuff is hidden. That's what I was told. Alright, so let's see. We are over here, and this is going to be where the big fight's at. So we're going to have to preemptively get ready for this. Now, I don't want to have
Battles
my
await.
undead
Let's move
get hurt
already.
from Hiram's AoE heal. Okay, so make sure that they're out of the range. No one else gets damaged by this. So we're going to heal the living. Heal the living. Heal one more time here. That's my bro. Quick save. Now, everyone's reasonably topped off. The last thing to do would be to either bring out a summons.
Our
Since
time
her summons
has
last
come.
a long time, I don't mind bringing out summons early. So I'm not wasting her turn. And then buffing up for this ridiculously hard fight that's coming our way. And my spell is about ready to fall off me, so yeah, I'll
The
recast
end
it.
draws near.
Hiram, you can cast Blessed on the team.
I'm losing
She's
my
golden.
temper. Where
to
You
now?
can do shield spell.
But
Reduce person on
they
herself.
just ruin the
So she has
head.
better armor and a better chance to hit. Since she's a teeny tiny person, presumably the target's going to be a big hogging person. It'll be easier for her to hit a big target, if that makes sense. So, and then we're gonna shut off that autopilot stuff.
I will not falter
always
before
ready.
this
A
mission.
reckoning.
Ready and willing.
Oh, and Reg,
Any fun to
buff
be
your weapon up,
had?
sir.
My
do the
skills
same.
are absolute.
Now, quick save again. Now,
I'm
we
there.
already knew that there's a big fight here. That's why I can do this. You could have stealthed into the area though and saw this guy. He doesn't immediately attack, but he's over here beating up on Tristian, a priest that will join us if we're nice enough to him. And the key I should have pointed out when we came here early. Remember, we still have Tartuccio down there at the old Sycamore. Why are we not pursuing that right now? Because if we did that and then came here, it'd still be the same fight. But Tristian would take a mortal wound. He wouldn't die from it, but he would have to recover all the way through Chapter 1, which means we can't use Tristian until Chapter 2. So if we do this, we can use Tristian immediately. So that's the point. So, and he's a really good cleric. He's better than Hiram. We just say it. He has because his charisma's high enough, he has a selective channeling, which allows him to heal in combat and only heals our team. And that's awesome. So I'm just saying, there's reasons we like him. So let's sneak up on this
We
doofus.
will prevail.
Now this is your first indication that an enemy has damage reduction. So literally some damage that we do to him will not go through. So you have to hit him for heavy hitting attacks. So if you see a damage to this guy and it's like, hey, you hit and does 0 damage. What the hell? That's because of damage reduction. Now, we have full movement. So I'm going to get Protolich up here so we're closer. You can see Tristian, sort of, has that little speck right there. That's a priest that's about to get his ass handed to him by a giant bear-like treant. But we can also summon a skeleton army on his face. In turn, wake up, skeletons! This is why I was saving the skeletons, by the way. And since they don't last very long, I wanted to have 2 castings. That's the other reason I was saving them. I could have done it again on the board, would have made that fight easier, but whatever. We did pretty solid damage to that guy. First combat round, we haven't finished yet. So now we're up to Octavia. Now Octavia, I saved this spell, again, for this reason. I can shoot it. It doesn't have the range that it needs, but she has enough movement that if I cast it, she will walk forward just till it gets within range and then shoot it. Fortitude save. So again, it has a save associated with it. But remember, the save has nothing to do with damage, just whether or not it's staggered. It ignores spell resistance, not spell reduction, spell resistance. And it did cold damage, and then sneak attack cold damage, and that's why this spell is awesome, because it can do sneak attack. That's amazing for her. That's an amazing level 1 spell. Just awesome. And so she did 7 damage with 1 spell as a level 1 caster, technically speaking. She still has enough movement to move a little closer, why not? Skeletons are
Dawn
everywhere.
flower.
Yeah, he gets his butt handed to him. It's going to be a thing. I've yet to save his ass from getting smacked down, but he recovers again if you come here quick enough, which is what we have done. Reg's turn. I want to charge this monster. Remember, when you charge, you have a bonus to your swing. +2, but a penalty to your armor class. It's okay. This character, I'm going to move closer. But remember, she can cast a spell, cast a cantrip, or she can cast an auto-hit move. like auto hits. I'm telling you, rune magic is the best magic. Now come up here and talk to Tristian.
I swear, never have I been so glad to meet a stranger. Even with the power granted me by Sarenrae, I almost lost. You have my thanks. Please, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Tristian.
Okay, a local nymph directed me here. She thinks the enchanted fog in this temple was created by the druid who serves the bandit leader here. I expect defeating the beast guards could cause the fog to clear.
I have never spoken to nymphs, but I believe their assessment is accurate. The creatures occupying this temple are far from ordinary animals. The power that moved them here is related to the fog. The beasts hold the fog as anchors hold a ship dancing in the waves. From what I can tell, once the beasts are defeated, the fog should begin to clear.
So we've killed all of them, and we literally have now started clearing the fog. Also, that little death pit I was talking about earlier has now cleared itself, and now it will heal living. Obviously, don't put your undead person in there, they'll die. The beasts are defeated. What now?
Praised be Sarenrae. Now, if my knowledge serves, the fog should weaken and eventually clear entirely. We need only wait. Perhaps somewhere more hospitable?
You're wounded. Do you need aid?
You are very kind. Kindness to strangers is in short supply these days. But worry not. Sarenrae's priests are skilled in the healing arts. I can heal myself.
Again, he's a cleric. How did you get here?
I was investigating this fog. I believe you have already discerned that it is magical in nature. I serve Sarenrae, goddess of sunlight. Discovering an evil magic that isolated living creatures from the sun alarmed me in no small way. I was able to locate the place the fog originated from, but was too presumptuous and almost got into the beast's teeth.
You damn near got your ass aided is what you mean to say. With those beasts dead, I have other matters to attend to. Farewell.
Please wait. You saved my life. I have no treasures or relics, but I have knowledge and the divine power of a priest. I wish to aid you in your journeys.
Now, this is important for a couple reasons I should have pointed out. Not only is he a better priest, cleric, than Hiram-ish. He can't attack as good as Hiram. He doesn't have the strength. His strength sucks. But he's a ranged attacker, and that's fine. If, remember, all the way at the very beginning videos where we had the tutorial, Hiram came with us, so did Lindsay. That's not always going to be the case. If you pick the different path, you could have no healing ability besides an Inquisitor on your team, Jaethal, or Lindsay the Bard. So again, if you need a cleric, you want to find this place ASAP, rush this spot, get this guys, and then you have a cleric. So again, you can free Hiram later, just like we're about to go free Jaethal or Valerie, whoever the hell didn't join us. I think it's Valerie, later at the old Sycamore. But if you need a cleric, because you didn't get one right off the bat, this is your go-to spot. So I should have pointed that out too. I would welcome your assistance.
Thank you. I hope I will be of help.
Now again, we can swap them out. We can literally swap out these guys and go back to being a foursome. But, or like this, I should say, and being a foursome. I'm not going to do that. And why am I not going to do that? Because again, we want to rush back to base. People are going to be tired and I'm overburdened with weight anyway. So I still want to be like so. Well, maybe like that. She can be back at the base. That's great. We like her because she does sneak attack.
I do what
He
I
will be
must.
the waiting force back at Oleg's, just like any other
There's
member of our
something
team.
here.
So make sure to scout your area. Pick up your loot. You earned it. Nice quarterstaff +1.
Follow if you dare.
All right. That's like $600 right there if no one wants to use it. One of the downsides of being a magus, especially a sword saint,
In due time.
is I would have thought a staff would have made perfect sense. Because quarterstaffs, I mean, have a crit range of nat 20, they suck. However, the one person that can benefit from a magical quarterstaff is someone that is a monk, because it's a monk weapon. See the 2 attacks? She's even strong. So this is actually a pretty good combo for her. So if I need to do piercing damage, here you go, +7. And remember, family heirloom, so she gets a bonus to the swing. But if I want to do damage, notice the 5 to 8, right? Notice the damage go up. 6 to 11. Why? Because it's a 2-hander for 1, which means instead of it getting a +3 from her strength, it's getting +4. it's 1.5 times the strength modifier for a two-handed weapon for the damage you do. So 4.5, rounded down always, so it's only 4, but that's still a bonus. If I had power attack on her, which I don't think I do yet, I think I get it later, but if I get power attack on her, the bonus is -1 for your swing, +2 to your damage on every melee attack. If it's a two-handed weapon, it gets a 50% bonus again. So instead of +2, it's +3. So again, as a power attacker, two-handed weapon is your go-to, really, for just crushing stuff. So this is not the worst combo for her. I'm actually going to leave her probably on the quarterstaff for the time being. The downside is there is no family heirloom quarterstaff for that mod. Sai was the only monk weapon I think I saw on there. Maybe Kama, but definitely Sai. And I'm like, well, I know there's a really good Sai in the game, so it made sense for her to be a Sai master. And it fit with the picture, so I'm cool with that. But really, for damage now, this is my go-to for her. Again, this is now a healing pond. The water is crystal clear, and it seems to radiate a gentle, soothing aura. If anyone was damaged like Reg is damaged, you can move them into the area. Notice that I can't, because this damn picture, this magnifying glass is in the way. Hold control, and then click, and you're forcing movement. You're saying, I want you here. Okay? So again, I could take anyone into this pool and heal them with the exception of my undead. It's basically like a healing spell every so often. It just spams it. Just awesome. Come on, now, did we get everything? No, we did not.
I'm there.
There's something over here. Ooh, yeah, I want that. And we dropped off some treasure. That's not a place we can get to. So let's pick up our treasure here. And again, we're going to be encumbered, but it's a thing. We'll sell off. So now we actually want to head back to Oleg's and sell. Then it's time to go, I'd say, at this point, to the old Sycamore. Now, the Tusk Gutter mission is not timed, as far as I know. You can delay that for a good long while. I would still do it before you beat the Stag Lord. So while we're here, we could do this, but you notice it says required companions Amiri. So we don't have Amiri with us, so we'd have to go fetch her and bring her back. If you kept her all this time, you could just go to it and finish it off now. You might not be strong enough to, though. This thing is tough. And as bad as that boar was that was in here that we were wailing on, this thing is mean. And Amiri insists on attacking it herself first. Eventually, she relents and says, come on, help me. I've done a good job. Help me finish it off. And sometimes that's even when she hasn't even hit it. She's literally like, yeah, I can totally take it. And then she's like, no, I can't take it. Get your ass over here. So, be prepared. But you can buff her up pretty good with spells and such. And she has, in my playthroughs anyway, beaten the damn thing to death without needing the team, where she just straight up crit. Alright, now we can try to avoid. Let's actually do that just so I can show it to you. Probably won't work. You fail to sneak past the enemies, prepare for battle. So again, when that happens, there's no choice. But I think it's a stealth check. So if we're good enough at stealth, we can actually sneak by.
Time for fun!
But I like the XP, so I don't mind it. Alright, Liza.
Strike
Here, mess
as
with this goblin,
one.
if you would, madam. Oop, we got 3 of them. Oh no, they're going for Octavia. I will buff my weapon.
Strike!
Nice. Then come over here.
Don't hold
Get in this guy's face. Hear him? You know
What
what to do.
a waste!
Totally missed. Good job, man. Reg, you know what to do.
Fear me!
Totally missed as well. What the hell, guys? Alright, Protolich. Black. Come on. What the hell? Well, they are small people. I shouldn't say that. This probably makes sense. Yeah, they have size bonus. Because they're teeny tiny, it's harder to hit them. They're dexterous, so the touch attack goes against dexterity and dodge. So that's still, it's still pretty good armor. Fair enough.
This is for you.
I want to see what their armor actually is. Padded armor. Psst. So yeah, 15 for armor. Could be 14 if I did touch attack. Ooh, ring a ding ding. Attack of opportunity. We'll take that.
Do not hold back.
Swing. Swing again. And a solid 8. That's that beauty of the quarterstaff, baby. Get him, puppers.
This will hurt!
You die. Boom. Hear him. Can you charge? You can charge. Get your chubby little dwarven ass over there. Oh, hear him. You're letting me down, bro. Reg, you can charge too, right? Get him. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. Good XP for everybody. Okay, we're doing that, we're doing that, we're doing this. So we got some loots. Oops, I almost forgot that one. You always check them too, not just because they may have magical gear.
I do
Most
what I
likely
must.
they don't. But every once in a while you'll get one that has like a masterwork weapon, or sometimes you'll get a caster that has a scroll. And while scrolls are nice, I want to have a thick spell book. The thickest spell book ever. And since we have
need
3
to catch my
separate
breath.
casters right now that all have spell books, it's kind of important that we start hunting for scrolls.
My strength betrays me.
Ooh, the Bogard Hunting Grounds. That sounds sexy and fun. There's a lot of XP in there too, but that's a tough area as well. With a decent team, especially with summons though, like our skeletons and our puppies, we can actually do that one pretty good. I'd probably wait though until I get my second upgrade for casting, which is wolves. A wolf and 1 to 3 dogs. Octavia, with a delighted smile, Octavian hails the smell coming from the Oleg's trading post. Fresh bread! I can't believe it. All this time that we sat in cages and crawled in the mud, there were places in the world where they were baking fresh bread. And here we are. I bet they have clean sheets, and maybe we can even take a bath. A girl can dream. I should never try to do a girl's voice. Get some rest. You deserve it. You can be sure of that. I've got years of rest to catch up on, and I'll be stuffing my face until I turn into a ball. Woman after my own heart. You do so much for us. Is it all because you are kind? Or maybe the half-elf smiles flirtatiously. Maybe it's because you've been charmed by my beauty. So this is your first chance to engage in some flirting, which will allow you to progress your romantic interest in Octavia. And I do just because I am a flirt anyway, but whatever. But you can be a jerk. You're out of line. How dare you talk to me in such manner and blah, 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 blah. Why be a jerk like that? Exactly. I would never have found the techniques in encampment if your beauty hadn't beaconed me. Octavia laughs out loud. For a moment, something more than just friendliness flashes across her eyes. Oh, you are so sweet. All right, enough talk. Fresh bread and clean sheets await. And again, you'll get random banter like that from your teammates. Valerie, you'll know that you're the tower shield specialist fighter. You'll know that you're making good progress towards her when you camp once outside of Oleg's. She has difficulty in the morning buckling one of her buckles, I don't know, on her armor, her belt. And you can ask her if she needs some help. It's obvious that she's flirting with you. Alright, Oleg, we're selling you some stuff. Again, I want to keep those torches. I didn't give him anything that's masterwork, and there's nothing here I want to keep. I don't think, anyway. Now, I do have masterwork longbows, but they're just longbows, not composite. Composite's better. And these ones are $100 a piece to sell them. Same with this masterwork S-stock. Got 2 of those. And the magic S-stock. No one's going to use that. Might as well sell it. That's an exotic weapon, by the way. Again, a good one to have for crit range for a sword saint. The downside is there's just not very many magic S-stocks in the game. Earthbreaker, we can get rid of that. Dwarven Gosh, no one's going to want that garbage. And the Book of Shadows, want to get rid of it. Now this one, notice how it doesn't have a number on it. Of Transmutations and Bodily Poisons, Part 1. There's 3 parts of this book. You want to keep them for a quest later on. It doesn't matter if you sell it to them, you can buy them back. But why sell it to them for, $16 and have to buy it back for, like 90 or whatever? That seems dumb. So just keep them. This one here, though, doesn't have a number on it, but you can totally sell it. It's not necessary. And I'm going to lighten my potato load and my butter load and my edible moss. Ooh, nummy. And I definitely don't need this many piles of flour or rice. Try to keep it to the 4s, like I said. We are out of camping supplies, but remember, we stored some up in our kitty. Remember, when we got Svetlana her ring, she gave us like 10, and we took like 4 with us. So there's more up there. We're going to go grab that here in a mo. So we sold off. Do I need to buy anything? Not really. I could get a masterwork weapon for anybody. They're all 400 bucks. He has, I think, all of them, or damn near all of them, on his list, which is pretty nice. Because if you really wanted a better crossbow or whatever, having to find it sucks. Getting a masterwork one is at least a +1 to the swing. But remember, I have a magic weapon. She has just a light crossbow, so I could switch her to a masterwork heavy crossbow. It would do more damage, and it'd be a better chance for her to land that hit. So that's not the worst idea ever. But she's not normally on the team. He already has a masterwork scimitar. He has a rapier he doesn't need. I'm just going to sell that. And I'm going to sell the masterwork longbow. I will give him a masterwork composite longbow. Why? Because a composite bow will take your strength modifier and add the damage to it. So if you see the damage +4, that's coming from his strength. He's not great at swinging it because his dexterity to hit, but if it does hit, it'll hurt. So again, I'm cool with that. And as far as everybody else is concerned, we're doing fine. She's got just a regular composite bow. She has 2 different magic weapons. She could probably use something. Let's get her a masterwork, what do you call it? Masterwork heavy crossbow. So you can sort by name. Masterwork H heavy crossbow, like that. You see, since we've selected her, you can see all the stuff that's in red she cannot use. Since it's not in red, then clearly she can use it. It's a good way to make sure you're not buying gear that's useless, right? So her, now more damage and a better chance to hit. Win-win across the board. Okay. And how are we doing for XP? Because I'm curious. She dinged not too long ago. She's doing okay. Tristian's pretty high up. He's at level 3 at 5,000. That's very nice. I'm at 5,000 and change, so he actually caught up to us. Val, she's low. Same with Amiri. But we're going to need to get her up before too long. So we might take Amiri with us on this next run. No, we're not. We're gonna take a healer. We're gonna take Tristian. I want to have the heals. So we need to rest. So first, let's check our journal. Stone land. We have plenty of time. And remember, if you beat the Stag Lord within 30 days and return the quest to Jumanji, that's important. Within 30 days, you get a bonus. It's not a bonus that I care about. So we're going to take the full time to explore this area. Get as much XP as possible so that when after we beat the Stag Lord and we turn it into Jumanji, we were sitting pretty for Chapter 2. This game is huge, by the way. We need to explore the old Sycamore. We've beaten those guys. We still need to do that quest for Amiri. We need to find the Fangberry Cave, which we know where it's at. Moon Radishes, I know where that's at. Temple of the Elk. Oh, we need to go talk to Jihad and tell him that we found the Temple of the Elk. And we still need to do the Tuskar mission for her. So, let's go talk to Jihad. Not Tristian. They hang out together.
How may I serve you?
I found the Temple of the Elk and killed the beast there.
Erastu be praised, you finally returned, my good friend. Tristian told me how you helped him at the Temple of the Elk. Thank you for heeding my request. My heart is calm and filled with confidence that I've followed the will of my God. I would like to reward your bravery. I possess no treasure, but please, take this as a token of appreciation.
Scroll of Remove Blindness, 2 of them. Not bad, and some XP.
As far as I know, your next target looks to be the Stag Lord himself. With the Temple of the Elk cleansed of evil, the fog surrounding us should disperse to reveal the path to the brute's lair. Of course, magic so powerful is unlikely to disappear all at once. Bide your time. Follow up on other concerns while you wait. I will gladly aid you on your noble quest. Erastil himself foresaw our meeting.
Do you understand the true meaning of your visions now?
I trust in their truth. These visions, they were the voice of Erastil himself. Quiet but clear. Before all this happened, I believed Erastil had turned his back to me. But now, I see clearly. He has shown me divine mercy, for he has led me to you, and invited me to aid in a fellow priest's deliverance. Lady Sarenrae and Erastil walk the paths of the gods hand in hand, and so must their servants as well.
They worship two different gods, by the way. That's what he's referring to. He's about Erastil, and Lady Sarenrae is the goddess that he prays to, Tristian. So he's referring to the fact that he's helping a fellow priest out.
Tristian is undoubtedly still very young, and youth is a time of naivete and confusion. But I see kindness and strength of spirit in him, traits indispensable to a priest. I sense that all that's transpired thus far is only the beginning, and the future promises great things for Tristian and for you. This is why Erastil led me to the Temple of the Elk. Day and night I pray for you and for my young friend. May the stag god lead you down the true path.
That's enough about this for
As
now.
you wish.
And again, we could get his services as a cleric, check his scrolls, sell stuff if we needed to here as well. There's no real reason to. Maybe, and I will say this, these potions cost about $50 a piece to purchase. The scrolls are way cheaper. So if you need to heal her up, this is the cheaper route. And you can just have her cast them herself, or have your Inquisitor cast them, because she doesn't need to use magic device to cast from these scrolls. So she can cast them to heal her up. That's probably the better way of going. So let's rest up. First, let's character sheet, make sure no one leveled. They'd have a big plus on their map, on their picture here somewhere. Doesn't look like it, so it should be good. So let's rest. All right. Now, these guys are here, and you can chit-chat with teammates and such, as you know. I'm going to drop off the book, so I don't have to carry around something heavy, as well as, of course, our coins and stuff that we can't sell or won't sell until much, much later in the game. I'll keep the herb. Honestly, I could start stockpiling the food here, too, to lighten our load, but yeah, we're still pretty light. This stuff is like 20 pounds, maybe, between them. It's not that big a deal. Let's decide on who we're taking with us. Sounds like we wanted Tristian, and I still maintain that that's probably a good call. Did I still haven't made that check yet. Boo. Okay. Let's head on out. Let's be real careful when you click on these guys. See the X's? If I click them, that literally disbands them. It says, oh, I don't need you anymore as a merc. That's a mistake. I don't think the dev should have done that, quite frankly. But if you just click their picture, they'll go away. Or at the very least, if you click the X, it should say, are you sure about this? I'm not sure about anything, so no. So I want to be here. She wants to be here. You want to be here. And Tristian wants to join it. Excuse me. Goodness. Coronavirus be damned. Yeah, so that's our team. We got a decent healer, and he shouldn't be able to hurt her with his heals, if I'm not mistaken. So that's nice. And he'll have spells, which, by the way, I should totally check on. But he's a lot like our Inquisitor, as far as the spells that he has access to. And I'm going to come down this way, I think, yeah. His spells, pause it real quick. His spells are similar, if not the same. He does have 2 domains, though, to choose from. So you see he has protection from evil. I could get him Shield of Faith again. Fairy Fire, Burning Hands. He has like a fire domain. At level 2, he didn't pick one. Oh, look at you being naughty. Lesser Restoration is amazing. Scorching Ray, he's a Ray caster type guy. He's not great at dexterity, but he's not great at melee either, so you kind of want to keep him at range. This is where you get some real fun, though. You can get things like Delayed Poison. So we will actually swap these out after the fact. Should have done that before I rested, but oopsies. Wasn't thinking about the fact that I was bringing him with me. I'm quite frankly very used to having spontaneous casters, so I don't have to pick their spells every day. So here's our old Sycamore. Now, we may have a penalty here, or have missed, quote-unquote, something because we went and saved Tristian first. Remember, everything's on a timer. Same with when we went and got Svetlana's ring. We went there after going to several places. Remember, we went and talked to the guy with the spear.
Greetings.
We went and talked to the guy with the spear, the undead. We went and talked, or attacked Tartuccio at that one spot. And then we went over there to get Svetlana's ring. If we went straight to that spot to get Svetlana's ring, there would have been bad guys there to fight us, besides the ones we already fought. So, or convinced not to fight. Whatever happened, I can't remember. Point is, there would have been other tougher bad guys there. So again, we actually did the right order in my mind, because we're not badasses yet.
I have urgent news from Restov. The investigation that I've conducted at Lady Jamandi's orders have proved your innocence. Tartuccio was and still is the Pataxian spy. That dreadful night, it was him who had opened the gate and let the assassins in. It appears that he had planned to gain the barony and Eldori's support, only to later place these lands under the command of his true patron. King Urivetti is no stranger to intrigue, and likes to use others to do his dirty work. Anyway, Lady Jamandi sends her apologies. We almost had Tartuccio cornered when this damn mist fell. First we entirely lost our way, and then stumbled right into a bandit ambush. My people can barely stand, so I would be grateful if you would help us capture this Tartuccio. He must be somewhere nearby. Bring that scum to Oleg's trading post, dead or alive. The Sword Lords will remember this favor.
We can ask him more stuff, but I don't particularly care. So, deliver Tartuccio to Keston, dead or alive. That's our quest now. Cowardly traitors, sons of a pike, return the relic. Gain 324 XP just for walking in on this area. You gotta love that. Coward, turn, relic. And Seneschal Vagic. Silly, silly kobold. Go look your relic, your dungeon. Look under bed, under table. Haha, silly kobold. Have no bed and no table. Search your eggs. You lose relic. Blame mites. Accuse queen. So this is the queen and her mites. These are fae, by the way. These are the kobolds and their king, King Suitscale. They're basically rebelling here and fighting. Lies. Chief Suitscale, not silly. Kobold leader shakes his weapon at the insect. Sorry, chief, not king. Lies, chief, scale. The kobold crier diligently copies the words and gestures of the chief swinging his weapon. Seems both groups are but a breath away from battle. Stop, what's going on here? The little mite jumps in place. Stranger, stranger, you see? Yes, silly kobold, attack mite. Insult us, our magnificent queen. Lies, mite, thief, steal relics of kobold. We revenge. Help us, stranger. The kobold. Cool, so we can talk to them. If you had other teammates with you, like Valerie or Octavia, they'll insert little chit-chat as you're doing this type of stuff, and we'll give you their opinion on what you should do, by the way. For example, Valerie thinks they're all monsters, so if you want to romance Valerie, apparently become a slaughtering son of a bitch and kill them both, which we can do. We could take, if we had neutral alignment, we could take a neutral stance and say, I'm not helping either of you, so we have to pick somebody to help, basically, or we don't have to help anybody, which means we basically attack. But we talk to them. I'm not gonna read all this stuff, but basically if we talk to them, they basically tell us what's going on, how do we know it was stolen, etc. and so forth, and come to find out that the relic, this important thing that they're looking for, is some kind of magic key. They don't know that it was stolen from the mites, but they were told so by a shaman named Tartuk. Sound familiar? Yeah, Tartuccio, up to his old tricks. And you tell them as much. Tartuk is not a real kobold, he deceived you. But they don't believe you. So then we can talk to the mites and ask them questions, and the mighty queen tell us all about it, and they basically have no idea what's going on, because they don't have any idea what's going on. But they do know about the shaman, and she wanted to basically cast the shaman and turn his scales into a coat. So now you can make a decision. Who do you want to help, basically? You can tell them to make peace, tell them not helping either of you, say screw it and just attack them both right now. But kobolds, basically whoever you side with, they will be allies, technically speaking, and will not attack you, and you can attack the others. So I side usually with the mites because they're harder to kill, and I don't mind attacking the kobolds because screw kobolds, they're kobolds. But you could literally, if you want to, just be a dick and attack them both. So now you see how they
None
change the
shall
color.
escape.
So we have red versus yellow. The yellow are our allies. Green are our team, as you can see down here. So now we're engaged in combat, and of course we get the turn-based combat activated. So Proto-Lich's turn. Come on up here, Proto-Lich. And just summon some skeletons out there, kill chances. Just have some fun that way. Oh! Ah, loser. Tristian's turn, and I need to put him in the proper way. Spells. Light spell. Guidance. He's usually about the buffage. So we got Bless, Protection from Evil, Heals. I will put heals over here, like actual heals, because they can be attacks for undead. He's never going to charge, but he could. He has these very kick-ass abilities. You see, he has even more channels a day than Tarim did. And again, he has that selective channeling as well. So, a lot of these are just short-term buffs, but that's another reason I wanted him on the team. I should switch him over to a ranged weapon before too long. And we didn't have any. Ah, boo. Well, do I have... You can have mine, buddy. He needs it. Because he straight up sucks. Okay. He still hasn't switched weapons yet, so he needs to switch weapons. Which is literally his turn. Now I have him on the right weapon. My turn. Dorraj, what are you gonna do? Can you charge anybody? No. Can, however, get close enough to shoot a cantrip. Straight up miss with that cantrip. It's okay. That's why we got the skeletons. Liza, you do more of the same, but since she has auto hit moves, we can set it up a little bit better. Let's actually show you that Cold Blast Ring. Managed to hit both of them, even though it shouldn't have. Nice. You saw how it didn't affect my skeletons, though, because they, again, either it doesn't affect them or it doesn't affect them because they're immune to cold. I'm not sure which. Proto-Lich, I want you to cantrip it up.
Run
Easy
them
for you to hit the
through.
cantrip. There you go. And if they kill them, by the way, the mites kill them, we still get the XP, just so we're clear on that.
Repent!
Tristian's real bad at shooting, I should point out. By the way, he's not very, very good as an attacker.
You son of Ron!
He's a different kind of cleric. It's what they call an Ecclesiatheurge. And the Ecclesiatheurges, I'm just going to take this stuff that's worth it. The Ecclesiatheurges are more like wizard clerics. They're more caster-centered than fighting. They can fight. They just don't have armor and other stuff. Yeah. So that's why he has 2 domains instead of 1, I believe, is because he's an Ecclesiatheurge. Proto-Lich again. It's your turn. I'm going to move up here. See, we have kobolds. We even have a shaman way over here. It looks like he's doing necromancy stuff. You see that? He's got a spell ready, and that looks like Ray of Sickening, if I'm not mistaken. But we can't get to him yet. So, I can, however, do this. There's a lot of guys in this area. Dorraj, your turn. Let's buff your weapon this time. And can you charge? Anything left over here? There's slim pickings. Alright, let's go this way. I'm going to have him bum rush the wizardy guys over here. There's a flame shaman and a shaman. Fear again. Man, I suck at fear. Alright, Liza, you come up here. You're not far enough to reach these guys. Looks like these will not hurt our team. or at least our summons. Because acid should have hurt my skeletons. So that's a good test. The problem with fear for me is going to be that my character is going to run randomly in a direction away from the bad guys. Now they could run into other bad guys. No problem. So I have to be really careful with where my character goes. Not that I can control. I'm just saying this could go south real fast. Tristian, what can you do for value? See this Blessing of the Faithful? It's a supernatural ability. Notice it doesn't have a number associated with it. These ones all have the same number, which means that I can use this one, but it uses up my channeling ability, my teammate healer, my undead killing spells or ability. But this one I can use as often as I want. It only lasts for 1 round, but it's a sacred bonus +2 to attack, skills, ability, or saving throw, and armor class until the next turn. So literally a really nice buff for somebody, like say someone that's going to shoot. So let's have them shoot.
Let's hear you cry.
So you should see Blessing of the Faithful Sacred +2. See that? Let's move her a little closer, and we really need to start rushing these guys. You're not going to get in there, buddy. There goes me. Oh, don't want to die. Alright, I need to get these doofuses and take them out. Sneak attack. Mites are really good for sneak attack. And they have DR protection against things that are not cold iron. Not a lot, but it's enough that it's annoying.
You forced my hand.
Nice. Frodo. Skeletons just died. I'm okay with that. No joy. Alright, he has fear still on him. It looks like it's wearing off. Or not. Alright, now it's Eliza.
We shall
Smack,
overcome.
Oh, come on now. Ooh, he's got some armor. Okay. Oh, dragon resistances. Yeah, he's a shaman. Duh. And I'm going to move to that. So I can engage these other guys as well. Come on, team. I expected that fight to be a lot faster than those skeletons were crappy. Tristian,
I'll try to make this swift.
Hey, there we go. Go ahead, Tristian. Frodo. I want you to cantrip. Stop that. Cantrip up. Still nothing, huh? 20% miss. Come on. Oh, it's the rain. Keep forgetting about the rain. Perception check and a 20% chance to miss on all ranged attacks due to consuming in the rain. Something that is actually kind of cool that they actually added that. Now, finally, this damn spell wore off me. I really hate when I get feared. My character is the main character. He shouldn't be running.
Why not? Attack!
There we go. Get him.
Go.
Yeah, the AI over here is a little buggy.
So it's come to this.
Frodo, come over here. There we go. Dora, can you charge this doofus now? Can. I wonder if it's gonna work. Hey, good work. Keep light wounds for himself. Wow.
Strike as one.
many guys around you think you died.
Go on.
Where's
Repent!
Jill? Nope.
Die!
Hey, we'll take 10. Dorraj,
Strike!
get over here. Really hate the AI pattern in this game. The tree's in the way. I can't get around that side. But it didn't show me that he walked over that way to... He should have literally immediately went that way.
Do not hold back!
There we go. Loot the corpses. Make sure we have everything. Now there are these ability checks and skill checks everywhere in the map. Mobility here, 21 DC. If I select the whole team, whoever has the highest mobility will get the check. 3, 8, 6. So again, she's needs some XP. This would be a good way for her to farm a little XP. Not farm.
Follow
easily dare. Because she has a +8. She would need a 13 or greater. And I could buff her some more
I
with
always did what was right.
this ability.
Therefore,
That's
I became
a competence
righteous.
bonus plus
Does
1
it
for
mean
1 minute.
whatever I do now
And I can
becomes
even,
right
thanks to
because I
Tristian,
am
give her this
righteous?
one because it's not competence. It is a sacred bonus plus 2 to skill checks. So between that and the other, she could have another +3 onto her 8.
No one stands in my way.
Right? So she could be at an 11, which means for a skill check where it's supposed to be... Oops, that's the upper one. Where's the other one? 21. For a skill check, a DC check of 21, plus 11, she would need a 10 or greater. That's a better than a 50-50 chance on a 20-sided die. That's like 55% chance that she'll make that check. If she makes it, the whole team teleports basically to up here. And then the same for the reverse check. If she makes this one, we teleport down here. Now the downside is, if she fails it, we take damage. We slip and fall on the rocks. So that's the thing. So I usually wait just a little bit to do those kinds of checks. She can do it. If I was close to dinging with that character, I would do it. If it was close to dinging with this character, like he had like 100 XP would bring him up and over the top, I would give him all the bonuses and then hope and pray that he could do it and just scum save it enough times that he would actually make the check. But we're not going to do that. I notice
Battles await.
we have not buffed up proper.
Yes.
Ensorcelled and all this damn might and cobalt shenanigans. We didn't get a chance to properly buff our two main characters. Now he could use some buffs as well, but I'm going to have him use the protection from alignment spell. Let's do protect from chaos. It's a guess. I have no idea what we're going to come across. So by preemptively casting the spell, we only get a +2 to DC, to deflection bonus armor, as well as saves against chaotic monsters or beings. Right? I don't know that that's what we're going to run into. But it's either that or evil is my two top choices.
Aha! A test of my abilities.
So now, if you want to know what they are, you use the inspect button here, hover over them, and it tells you about the animal. Animals, 9 times out of 10, are usually just straight up neutral. So protection from alignment doesn't do you a damn bit of good. Because they're not lawful, they're not chaotic, they're not good, they're not evil. They're just neutral. Because they don't care, they don't give no fucks. So, that spell didn't do him a damn bit of good. But it's what it is. And the reason I did that was not just because I was hoping it would be useful. It was because I wanted to get rid of this damn spell because I didn't put the right one in the right place. So I'm using it, hoping it would be used, and now I get rid of it and put in something I can use, like delay poison, or hold person is awesome, a nice paralysis spell. I could give him his own summons. Poof, they won't last long, but I can have them out, man. That helps a lot more than you think. I could give bonuses to me or my team's endurance or my team's strength, just one of us. He doesn't get cat's grace. That's one thing that clerics don't get. They get bear's endurance, bull's strength, owl's wisdom. You notice I don't have an eagle's splinter. You notice I don't have the eagle's charisma, owl's wisdom. I don't have fox's cunning, the intelligence bonus, and I don't have cat's grace. That's the dexterity bonus because clerics don't have access to those. I could put in a lesser restoration spell, so if we lose some stats, I can get them back. See invisibility if we think we're going to fight somebody, but it would have to go in here. And I don't want to waste that Scorching Ray. I like that. Let's give him something that auto-hits. Bone Shaker is a solid spell choice for him. Many, many times. And by the way, I should point this out as well. Pause it. You should never on a cleric, in my opinion, have a cure spell like this slotted. If you're a good or neutral cleric. If you're evil, yes. If you're not, you should never do this. Why? Look at his spells. See the little tag? Not only does he have the bonded holy symbol, which is similar to that wizard ability to get a spell back, which he can do, he can also turn any of his spells into the equivalent cure spell from that level. See that? So I don't have to use Bless, or I don't have to use Shield of Faith. I can just use Cure Light Wounds. Well then, why did I have this? Because again, I could have turned it into Cure Moderate Wounds, so that's a silly waste of a spell. I will obviously swap that out when after we heal somebody up with it. I'll put something else in there important, like another Bone Shaker, for instance, so that we can literally do something with it. Now, if I want that Bone Shaker back, I can do so. You know, Holy Bond, don't forget you have that ability. Get it back, use it. But I rarely do that if I know the area and I plan in advance. Let's see, Proto Lich, it's your turn. Frog, one in the back is going to go before the frog in the front. Okay. Do you have anything I can use? Oh, you do. You don't even have those things slotted. Naughty, naughty. Let's get that up in your book. Let's do the Snowball. Because they're not engaged in melee combat yet, I don't have to worry about precise shot being on my character. So we're going to fire that off. And whiff. Really? Ah, that damn rain, man. I hate the rain. However, just to show it to you. Now it's back, and again, yes, now I can use it to heal. See what I'm saying? But I did that because I want an auto hit. Bone Shaker is a decent spell. 3d6 base damage. For every 2 caster levels you have, you add another 1d6. So at level 20, you could be a 13d6 auto hit move. Now, if they make the save, that gets cut in half. It's a fortitude save. But it's still, it's auto hit. And there's very few guys that get away from taking any damage. So it's very nice that you could just straight up, nope, he's going to hit that person. He didn't have a lot of castings of it, but when he does, it comes in super heavy. Looks like a po-po right here. I am going to... I'm still buffed. Use that. Charge this one. I know I'm killing the second frog on the list. I don't care. I want one of them to die. Is the goal. That was the whole reason I did that. She charged this one. Nice damage. Proto Lich, your turn to have some fun, kid. We're about to rest is why I'm kind of burning through some spells here. Plus I can show off some stuff. If I get hit... Wow, you suck. She gets better, trust me, she does. Alright, now he's out of tricks. So he's either attacking,
you forced my hand.
or he's healing or buffing in some way, shape, or form. I'm going to do a 5-foot step.
Don't hold back!
We shall overcome.
Nice crunch, honey. Oh, free stuff. Alright. I know this video's been going on for quite some time too.
I believe I
but
found something.
I think we can push our luck a little bit on
A trivial
the
task.
clock. Over here,
In due
note that was the other side where we were fighting those other guys, but there's water in the way.
I was successful in
Hidden
my
stuff
search.
everywhere. Always scope your area out. Potion of mage armor. Now we're talking. Loot from these guys. Now remember, these are mites and kobolds, but they're weirdly together. So this is your indication that something is not right, that they're not fighting for some reason. So talk to Mite Hunter, and they will let you know that basically they're friends. They don't want anything to do with the war, which they're smart. But they do have a wolf in the area that's causing them problems. What did you say about wolves? Basically, it tells you about a big pack of wolves in there. I'll show you where they're at after a minute. And you basically can get a quest to just say, alright, I'll help you out. You can talk to them a little more, find out why they're not fighting each other, and so on and so forth. Basically, they're not stupid. You can be evil and just straight up kill them. But up in this corner over here is what he's talking about. He said the upper northwest, northeast corner. So basically up here, you're going to find those wolves. It'll be a quest for later, because the wolves are tough. Even with our summons and our skeleton army with us, they're tough. But we have Death to the Wargs. That's our quest. Okay, so we're doing okay. Let's go here. Do a quick save. There's a little path that you can walk across here. The nasty fights are up here, so we gotta be real careful. But also over here.
Follow if you dare. I am never wrong.
Nope. Another double frog problem.
Let's
Now we
move
have another one of
already.
these to use. I don't want to use it if I don't
Together
have to.
we stand.
Oh, I can summon this and buff her as well. Gotta keep remembering to put her up front. Remember, she's our toughest tank.
Defeat is not an option.
And Pro Lich, you're all
Out of my way.
Wow, really? Oh, she's flat-footed. Yeah, that's fair. And just barely, too. If she wasn't flat-footed, she would have been fine.
Attack!
Boom, that's what you get for attacking me first, you jerk. Come on, puppers. If I cast the dog up a little in front of her, they probably would have went after the dog, which would probably have been the better idea. But if you cast the dog in front of her, the dog may have aggroed them, and I didn't want to just yet, so that was my mistake. Tristian. That's with the bless spell, bro. Dora.
This will hurt.
Oh, my meaty Dora.
I do what I
And the
must.
reason I'm pushing my luck, not just on the video, guys, but also is because I want to get another level under our belt for some of our characters here. If at all possible. So we are going to fight the good fight for a little bit longer. Now here's another mobility check. Oh, here's someone that didn't make the mobility check. We're going to loot that body. There's stuff up there. We won't go there just yet because, again, we're not really amazing at mobility. She's at a 6, 3, 8. When she gets to level 3, I'll have another point at least up in mobility for her. So then I'll feel better about it.
In due time.
But not yet. We'll just have to remember. Again, if you leave it alone, you'll know by the shadow in the map. You're like, oh, we haven't done everything there. No, you have not. Now we're going to squeeze our way through this path. Hey, Tristian is being a dumbass, though. Tristian, get your ass down here, dummy. Swear to God, this guy. There's bad guys up there. I didn't want him to engage a fight.
I'm off.
And then we'd be like 50 steps away from him. Alright. We're not going to go this way just yet because that fight's particularly nasty. We want to rush up so we have all our spells and tools and shit back. But there is stuff up here that we can probably tackle. We missed a perception check over here. We'll have to come back later for it.
This will be quick.
More fighting. Here we go. There's a lot of kobolds here. Not anything we need to worry about because, again, we got our little might buddies helping us out. So we don't need to do a lot of summons. I mean, if she has a couple, we'll pull them out. But you don't have to get crazy is my point. Ah, loser. Alright. Why don't you change? Try that guy. Nice hit. Solid 10 damage. Tristian, move up this way if you would, sir. Shoot that guy that's not.
I'll try to make this swift.
Nice, nice. Proto. Same deal. Come on up. You're gonna have to acid splash them.
Run them through.
No joy. More whites down to save us. Good job. 120 damage. I want you over here, but see, I'm real close to this guy, so if I walk away, he'll probably provoke an attack of opportunity. I don't want that. So, 5-foot step. It's not close enough for me to get to anyone else, so we're gonna shut that back off.
You should have run.
Now we can walk over here. Can't attack him, but we can loot in his face, so attack of opportunity is applicable. Sneak attack damage, very nice.
Strike as one.
Okay, swing and a miss, that's okay. I am not going to attack anybody because I'm not going to hit. So I might as well just buff me so that when I have a chance to hit, I will. Move a little closer to this guy.
Hear you cry.
Nope, missed.
Don't hold back!
Oh, finish him off though. There we go.
Do not hold back.
One. Oh, we finished. Very nice. Alright, let's actually make sure we're not getting overloaded with gear. We're not doing that bad. Oh, and I got another Masterwork Light Crossbow. Okay. Tristian, you need an upgrade. Better chance for him to hit. No, +1, it's not amazing, but it's at least something. And I'm going to get myself this one. Again, I don't normally use a ranged weapon, but I can. She's fine. She's good. Yep. And these spears are heavy. They're not worth very much. I'm just going to drop the spears. Now, there should be at least one more Kobold Might fight happening up and to our right. So let's go that way. Do a quick save, of course. And be real careful when you come across animals in the wild that aren't aggressive. Case in point, if I were to click on any of these guys by mistake, it assumes that I want to attack them. Combat starts and they're pissy. You get XP for killing them, I believe, but
I do what I must.
Dispatch those fools.
This should be one of our last fights for the Kobold Might area. Proto Lich. Because this is one of our last fights, I'm leery of whether I should use this or not. I can use this on maybe one other fight, though. Before resting, I'm thinking. That could come in handy. No, we're going to rest right after this script. Drop it right there in the midst of the crisis. Yeah. I love you now, loser. Oof. Alright, charge. Might as well upgrade my weapon one last time. Those upgrades only last for a minute apiece. Eventually my character will have the one that does a minute per caster level. Because he is a main weapon dealer, weapon wielder, excuse me. So it makes sense that I get the long-term buff. Most people would say it's not necessary because a minute's plenty and you have plenty of uses of that in a day. But I still would rather know that I'm in like a big dungeon. I buff my weapon with the best possible buff I can and then forget about it. So I'm there for like 5, 10, 20 minutes and I don't have that problem.
So it's come to this.
Ooh, Tristian with the big crit. Well, alright.
Follow if you dare.
I'm glad that they leave all the loot for us too. That's pretty sweet of them. Taking that bow, leaving the spear, taking those, leaving the spear, taking that. Alright. How we doing for leveling up? Real close. Well, not real close. Close enough that it's going to happen on this map.
In due time.
There are wolves. Not the ones that we're going to fight for that quest, for these guys, the big ones. There's just random wolves up in here. I think we can take that and take an E after that. Again, more elk. Don't click them by mistake.
I'm always ready.
So tied up.
The life is here.
Alright. Proto-Lich. 5-foot step back. I want to be there.
Out of my way!
There we go. Tristian. Shoot the ones that have yet to engage us. No joy. Live.
We shall overcome.
Get up in front. Dora. a surprise round. I wasn't paying attention. Boo. All right.
Run them through.
Shoot. Nice.
You forced my hand.
Nope.
Attack.
Smack and whiff. Okay. It's all right.
This will hurt!
Oh yeah. Now, was that still +1? Yes. My buff was still on me. It could be falling off at any moment, so I could probably reapply that without feeling bad. And since I have spells,
Let's hear you
I'm going to take a
cry.
nap here before too long. The question is do I burn all my spells up or save 1 or 2? Why? Because while you're napping, if you get mugged in the middle of the night, you have no spells. Just saying. Something to think about. Don't burn up everything. Don't blow your wad, so to speak, and then wonder why it is. Everyone's like handing you your ass. You have that down my tray. Pros.
Die.
Did your job. Tristian.
I'll try to make this swift.
Strike as one.
Smack. There it is. And nice. Okay. Now the question is how much do you push your luck to? It's not just a matter of you don't go down there. Athletics check would automatically
is
trigger and
quite
we'd
a
fail it, we'd
discovery.
get hurt.
I do what I must.
What I mean by pressing our luck is like, do we go with low health, with low number of spells a day? Those are probably just another normal wolf fight. Because the bad guys are like way up yonder. So let's do a quick save.
I stand
And
ready.
I do want to heal her.
Magritium Turinos.
So I took both my spells. Remember, she's a spontaneous caster. And I can start the fight off by hurting.
I shall end this suffering.
Dora?
You should have run!
Do
Liza.
not hold
She can't
back.
attack. Remember, she started combat by attacking. That's why she can't attack. Proton.
Out of my way.
Nice. Okay, Tristian, want you to do what? I want you to buff me. So that when I
Strike!
hit this guy, it hurts.
Don't hold back!
Pay attention.
We
Your
shall
turn.
overcome.
Nice. Proto.
Run them through.
Tristian, do that same thing. Rebuff me again. Thank you, sir.
This will
This
hurt!
one. You may wonder why I'm attacking the one on the left versus the one on the right. Doesn't much matter. But Eliza can attack this one without moving, and she gets 2 attacks around if she can do that. Remember, she plants her feet and stands still where she attack because of flurry of blows. So she'll get 2 attacks around for this guy. If I kill him with Dora, then she'll have to move and only get 1 swing on that guy. So there's a plan here.
Attack.
Miss. Miss. The plan sucks.
Let's hear you cry.
Alright, we're taking damage, but now remember, Tristian can heal AoE style. Let's make sure that doesn't hurt my character, but let's find out. AoE team heal, and unlike normal healing, like for Harem, he would heal the wolves. Any enemy that could be healed would be healed as well. That's a bad idea. So you save his AoE heals for the after combat stuff. This character can heal mid-combat, and only the teammates get the buff. And it didn't hurt her either, so that worked out beautifully. I wanted to test that. Dora, your turn.
You should have run!
Nice.
Strike!
Not alive.
Strike as
There we
one.
go. Not bad, not bad. A little bit of XP for everybody. How we doing? She's doing well. Cruising right along. She's doing not bad either. And he's doing really well too. That's nice. Alright, we need to find a spot to
I'm
rest. Now, I don't know this for a fact, but I have found, like, maybe by pure dumb luck or just bad dice rolls that you just don't see, that there are areas where if you rest, you're more likely than not going to get mugged. You take a nap here, they will jump you. It's a thing. So, for example, by the wolves. I just never want to rest by the wolves. Over here by these elk. Yeah, by these elk. Which, by the way, they did a really good job on the elk. I actually am a hunter, so that is the correct kind of a rack. It's not a deer's rack. That is an elk rack. That's very nice. Nice tines. If you rest over here by the elk, it doesn't seem to be as much of a problem.
In due time.
First, I usually like to unburden myself again. Remember, we're going to get this stuff when we leave and go back to old legs and sell it shit later. I like to keep my weight low. The good news is when you get mugged in the middle of the night, you don't have your armor on. But you'll notice none of our characters have armor. So that's kind of sweet. Take those off him too. So that's kind of sweet. So we literally are just as good as we are when we're taking a nap as when we wake up. Something we can do, mage armor potions, just to have them handy. Take those off of her. I'll give him the vanish one. And her too. If we get jumped and we need protection now, chug a potion and attack. You can still do that in the same combat round. So those mage armor potions come in super handy. Just saying. So we try to spread those around a little bit. Quick save before we do this mess. And I don't think I picked rations up like a dumbass. So I think rations we'll have to hunt. Yeah. We're going to have to hunt for all of them. So it doesn't matter if I have used rations selected or not, because there's none here. So she'll have to scavenge all 4. It's okay. We won't cook. And we will stealth and we will watch. So there's no bonus from us cooking a meal. She'll get all the food. How long that takes, I can't tell you. And again, this would be how you cook food. You select different things. You can always make a hearty meal. It doesn't cost anything, but it's a decent DC check on it. Notice how haggis has a DC check of 18. It requires 1 flour, 1 onion, and 1 meat. If you have all those things, you can do it. You can see the 4/1. That means you have 4 flour in your inventory, 4 onions in your inventory, 2 meat. So we can actually make this meal at least twice. But again, there's no need to, and there's no one here to cook because we need everybody on watch or camping duties. I said duties. Oh, no. Sorry, back out of here. Spell book. Oof, almost forgot. Okay, her spells are automatic. Mine are not. I'm happy with my choices. Happy with her choices. Tristian's choices I am not happy with. You're not doing protection from evil, bro. You're going to get yourself burning hands. You're not going to do... Yeah, you can do scorching ray. You're not going to do that, though. Bone shaker. Now we're ready. Okay, now just highlight your people since you've already made the camp. Go here. Check it again just to make sure that nothing got reset. Something silly, but you should be good to go. Say okay. Begin resting. It only took her 3 hours. That's not bad. And it's probably because there's only 4 of us. No one jumped us in the middle of the night? Yes! Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Okay, so the team's ready. We have all our spells
Our time
back.
has
My
come.
skills are absolute.
Right here, my friend.
Beautiful. Just beautiful. And you don't need that. You need that. But I think this is a good place to stop with that. My name is Brother Mute. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. I'll see you guys soon. Bye now.